Welcome back, Rattler fans. Slight technical difficulties. You gotta love live TV. Right back here with you in the third set. It is 19-15 with A&M, West Texas A&M, leading the St. Mary's Rattlers. Here's Huber, as seems to be the custom this afternoon, keeping us afloat.
The effects of a doubleheader, right?
Yeah.
Taking a toll on our equipment as well. Hef puts that point away as the Rattlers trying to mount a little bit of a run here. Now trailing 17-19. Rattler and Huber combining on that block right there as the Rattlers cut this deficit to 1.
Here is Bass, dives, able to keep that in play. Here come the Lady Buffs. And it's hit strong, and it is going to be ruled in. And so, now from our vantage point, I don't know, but of course they are way closer than we'll ever be. So the Lady Buffs are the first team to break the 20-point threshold.
Booming shot right there by Huber. Point goes to West Texas A&M. Just inside the line.
And that'll be a point for West Texas A&M. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. Rattler fans. It's going to set it up to be a great finish here in set number 3. Stay with us on the action on Rattler Network.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Welcome back, Rattler fans, in set number 3. Before the break, as we mentioned, gearing up to be a good one. Rattlers trying to hold serve here with the Lady Buffs, the number 12 ranked West Texas A&M volleyball team here in town, inside Bill Gree Arena. David Tovar, Brian Maglione. This one floats out of play, and now the Rattlers here are 2 points away from dropping this set and trailing in the overall game 2-1. We're tied at 1 apiece. Here's Bass, now Slaughter. Met well by West Texas A&M. Again, met by Bass. Now Huber. Here's Hef, floats it over. Good rally here by these ladies. Blocked well again. The Lady Buffs doing well. And that one is going to ricochet off the hands of the Lady Rattlers.
We'll see how much the Lady Rattlers have left in them, being 1 point down. And go to the formula that has been working all day. Set it for Huber as she gets a much-needed point for this Rattler team.
So set point here for the Lady Buffs. However, it's the Rattlers with possession. Rachel Shishitano going to try to start a bit of a run for the Rattlers and keep them in this set. 19-24 the score. Here are the Lady Buffs. To no avail. That's off the hands of Holman and the Rattlers. And that will do it for set number 3. The Rattlers are defeated by the West Texas A&M Lady Buffs 25-19. Rattler fans, stay with us. Set number 4 upcoming on the all-new Rattler Network.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Set number 4 inside Bill Gree Arena. Game 2 of a Saturday afternoon volleyball doubleheader on the brand new HD Rattler Network. David Tovar, my main man. Brian Meglion. Woo! Good Rattler action, and it doesn't stop tomorrow. Soccer here on campus. Won't have the broadcast out there, and of course inclement weather is kind of expected, so of course stay posted to all our sites, rattlerathletics.com, our social media pages as well. We're on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and ooh, that one just floats outside. Not exactly the start you want here in set number 4.
A must-win set for the Lady Rattlers if they want to keep this game going. Huber once again with another point as she steps back to serve. Martinez could not get a hold of that one as the Lady Buffs get another point and now take an early 2-1 lead here in set number 4. Well done by Holman.
And the Rattlers even this up. 2-2. And back to serve is Victoria Martinez. The Rattlers took an exciting set number 2.
And a violation on the Lady Buffs as the Rattlers benefit with a point.
And they'll keep the serve. They dropped set number 2. Excuse me, they won set number 2, the Rattlers did. They dropped sets 1 and 3. That's set number 2, a very good one. Very competitive by both squads. Here the Lady Buffs. That one's hit well. Martinez meets it. Here is Slaughter, and now Ortega just too strong. And that'll be a point for West Texas A&M. You know, you got to be impressed with the power that these ladies possess, but it's also about the precision. You know, they got to be precise. They got to place that ball right in their spots, because that's the difference between a pointer, you know.
It's just a matter of inches, David.
Yeah, it's a game of inches. This is also a game of inches. I agree. Completely agree. Well said. 3-3 the score. Chicatano, this one goes flying out of play. Point for the Lady Buffs. Point for the Rattlers there as the Lady Buffs could not answer. That one gets away from them.
I think it had both teams fooled which side the ball was going to land on.
Yeah, I think both teams kind of were waiting to see where that ball was going to land and kind of stopped and stared at it.
Fortunately, the Rattlers were the beneficiaries of that.
Again, and they even this up at 4 apiece. Bass with the serve. Sent back by the Buffs. Now Martinez, Bass, and Paul, and blocked well. Good job there by Haley Harton. Able to nab that point for the number 12th ranked West Texas A&M Lady Buffs. Here's Bass, here's Paul. Good job here by the Rattler defense, and right there, just off the hands of the Rattlers, and the Lady Buffs grab a 2-point lead.
And just like that, it is now 7-4 West Texas A&M. Ortega well placed down the line in the far corner as the Rattlers get a point on the board. It is now 7-5 West Texas A&M. Another familiar sight, David. Huber with yet another point.
And another big point at that brings her Rattlers within 1. 6-7 here in the pivotal set number 4. And as you mentioned earlier, Brian, it's a do-or-die set for the Rattlers. I mean, you win and you stay in, you lose, and, well, this is the end of the day. And we get ready for the next opponent. But this one flies into the crowd, and the Rattlers, once again, trailing by 2. Remember, Rattler fans, you can find us all over social media. Facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. Point for the Rattlers there, Jenna Paul. Also on Twitter, follow us at St. Mary's Rattlers. We're now on Instagram at St. Mary's Rattlers, and all the action from Rattler Network, games, interviews, post games, and Talking Rattlers, one of our favorites. All on a YouTube archive, youtube.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. And of course, for all the content and all the coverage on your St. Mary's Rattlers, check out RattlerAthletics.com. Lady Buffs there, grab another point. And again, they're lead by 2. Lady Buffs, you kind of get the feeling they want to break this game open and put the Lady Rattlers away. Lady Rattlers, however, are going to fight to not allow that. There's Ortega, Bass, and now Huber. Again, clutch points by Huber.
Martinez there to dig it out as Hef brings it across. Great rally here by both teams. Oh, and the point goes to West Texas A&M after a long point.
Good rally there by these group of ladies here, and they're really making it entertaining on this doubleheader. 10-8 the score. This one floats over, met by Martinez. Here's Shikatano, and not able to put it over. Largest lead of the set now for the Lady Buffs. They are up by 3.
The Rattlers definitely proving to be a difficult test for the number 12 ranked team in the country, as Huber was not able to get a hold of that serve. Timeout Rattlers as they trail West Texas A&M 12-8. And we will be right back after this.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. 8-12 the score. Rattlers trailing by 4 in set number 4. David Tovar, Brian Magluyo on with me. And there's Melissa Heft with the big score.
That was the authority.
Yes.
Almost as if she was trying to make a statement saying St. Mary's is not going away
just yet, indeed. Huber, now Ortega. Oh, hit well there by the Lady Buffs, and they lead it now by 5 as they're approaching the midway point of set number 4. A special hello to our audience in Bristol, Connecticut, watching this action on a, I think it is now a cold Saturday afternoon over there. Of course, you're from the East Coast, you know it gets cold around this time, or it starts to get cold.
Indeed. Autumn, always a nice time up there. The leaves start changing colors as everyone preps for
the fall. Y'all actually get autumn, right? You ever been to Connecticut?
Actually, I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very nice. I visited this summer. Very, very nice rural place. Nice vacation spot, kind of for the summer. You know, you don't really think of Connecticut for summer vacation. You think California, you think Florida, you think the coast. You know, maybe the big city, but very nice, very nice. A lot of friendly people over there, to be honest. A 5-point lead now for the Lady Buffs as they are trying to bust this one open. Here is Paul, blocked. Paul stays with it. Great reaction, great reflexes there by Jenna Paul, the Heartland Conference Freshman of the Year last year. Martinez, the Heartland Conference Freshman of the Year 2 years ago on back-to-back plays. Here are the Lady Buffs. Hit hard. Great rally. Huber keeping it alive. Now Ortega. Here's Huber again. Bumps this well. One more time. Huber. Chicatano. Ortega floats it over.
Beautiful and play by Ortega.
The point there for the Rattlers.
With yet another entertaining rally. This game has edge of your seat action. As Martinez serves. Ortega there to guide it in for a point as the Rattlers still staying relatively in it, David. Now only down 4 here at the midway point of set number 4.
Here's Ortega, floats it over. Hit it well. Again. Ortega, nice dive. Bass, now Huber. Oh, and just off the hands of Bass. Rattlers here putting up some great effort, some great rallies. Trying to keep themselves in this one.
You have to like what we're seeing from our Lady Rattlers. It's just that West Texas A&M seems to be finding the right places at the right times and returning the balls with great efficiency.
We talked about teams hitting their stride earlier, Brian. Seems like the Lady Buffs have hit their stride at the right time. And right there, the Rattlers trying to stifle that a little bit. But the Lady Buffs, remember, they are 12 in the country. You know they're going to hit their stride eventually.
Yes, but if any team is capable of disrupting that, it is the St. Mary's Rattlers as Ortega serves it over. And it is brought down with authority by Hayes. 13-18 is the score. St. Mary's trailing by 5 as there is a timeout on the floor.
One of the Lady Buffs tying her shoes, Lee Golden. I think she's golden now. Serve here from the Lady Buffs. They're up by 5, approaching the 20-point threshold. Nice set. Here's Golden. Martinez meets it. Now Bass. Here's Huber. Hit hard and not able to be returned by Lauren Britton. That one flies out of play, and it will be possession for the Rattlers. 14-18 the score.
Here's the serve. Ortega sets it, blocked, and the Rattlers just could not get it over. 14-19 is the score.
Timeout on the floor in set number 4. The Rattlers trail by 6 to the Lady Buffs. 14-20 the score. Stay with us. More upcoming on Rattler Network.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Set number 4, the Rattlers in a little bit of trouble. They're 5 away from having this game finish. They trail 2 games to 1 to the number 12 ranked West Texas A&M Lady Buffs. Back to serve are the Lady Buffs. Here's the service. It's met by Ortega. Nice dig. Here's Bass. Keeps it for Heft. Now back. And this one is going to be ruled in favor of the Rattlers. So the Rattlers grab a point. They're within 5 now.
If there is a time for a Rattler rally, it would be now. They are in dire need of a string of points if they want to keep this match alive. But if West Texas keeps doing what they're doing just like that, this game will be over. Service played by Huber. Heft tried getting it across, but it was blocked. And now the Rattlers down to their final 3 points as they trail 22-15.
A 7-point advantage for the Lady Buffs, and they're trying to break this one open and win an opportune time. And ooh, nobody home for the Rattlers. A breakdown there on offense. Rattlers down to 2 points now. Lady Buffs back to serve. This one goes over, met by Martinez. Now Shikatano trying to fill this one, and it's going to be called it's going to be called a lift. And so now 24-15, and the West Texas A&M faithful can just about feel it. Making the trip from Amarillo. Ooh!
A rare
match point and a
rare mistake by this West Texas A&M team. For the most part, both teams have played exceptional volleyball, and it has definitely been fun to watch. Wouldn't you say, David?
Definitely a great day of a doubleheader, especially on a rainy day. Better way to come into beautiful Bill Gree Arena and spend it in. Yep, that will do it. The number 12 ranked West Texas A&M Lady Buffs defeat the St. Mary's Rattlers in 4 sets, 3-1. They win this 4th one, 25-16. Well, Rattler fans, we'll wrap it up here. We'll wrap it up here on Rattler Network. I guess we should start off by this. Brian, if you don't mind me saying, full disclosure, Brian, your first broadcast, welcome to the team. Hope you had fun.
Oh, most definitely. It was a pleasure, and I hope I get to do this more often.
Absolutely. Rattler fans, get used to that voice. You're going to be hearing, and then eventually you'll be seeing a lot of my main man, Brian Maglione. And we'll be seeing more of the Lady Rattlers here. They win the first game of the doubleheader. They dropped the second one. Overall, they weren't so different. What really was different was the opponents and the caliber of opponents. You saw a A&M International team at first, 1-11 coming in. They weren't very good. Turn around, you play the number 12 team in the country at 11-3, and they proved to be very good. But at the same token, Brian, the Rattlers have to leave with the thought of, we're pretty good too. We destroyed who we needed to destroy, and we hung very well, because these sets were very competitive.
Yeah, and I'd like to think if the Rattlers had not played a game earlier, it would have probably made for a
could have been a lot different
and a much closer match.
Maybe a five-set match.
Yes.
Well, interesting. First doubleheader in volleyball I can remember in a long time. Well, nonetheless, that will do it for us. The next games are on the road. The next 3 for the St. Mary's Rattlers. They'll be in Goodwill, Oklahoma on October the 3rd to take on OK Panhandle State. Then they'll be in Wichita, Kansas to take on Newman on the 5th of October. They'll be in Odessa, Texas to take on Permian Basin on the 8th of October. And they'll be back here inside Bill Gree Arena on October 10th, where you'll find us right back here on Rattler Network. Well, that will about do it for our production staff, Chad Peters, Robin Johnson, our stats down there, and part of the Rattler Network family, Kayleen Selznak, Bianca Ramon, Natalie Moreno, Jasmine Corral. A special hello to Joe Rodriguez, who is back home. Can't wait to see you, buddy. Any shout-outs, Brian? That's what we do.
Well, shout-outs to our Lady Rattlers.
Okay.
For hanging in there. It's definitely tough to broadcast back-to-back games. I can only imagine playing in back-to-back games.
Indeed.
And with the showing that they had, huge shout-out to them for definitely making us proud.
And a shout-out to you, Brian. Good job, partner.
Thank you, sir.
For my main man, Brian Maglione, I'm David Tovar. This has been a presentation of Rattler Athletics on the all-new Rattler Network.